not looking for returns, starting from a small village near Panvel and to build this huge education empire. For the lack of any other word, I am using the word empire. Empire is not necessarily used for education, but the kind of work that you've done, I've gone through your book. It's an eye-opener, it's fantastic. I'm nobody to comment on the kind of book it is because I'm not qualified enough to do that. But I always go by the intentions of people. I think the intention is much more important than the end result. And for that, Dr. Pillai, your intentions are very honorable, and I congratulate you for writing this book. And apart from this book, I congratulate you for the kind of work that you are doing for children in the Department of Education. As an actor, I go to a lot of places, to a lot of villages. I was once traveling in Himachal in a remote village, and there was a school in the ruins of a house. There was a school, and when I asked the teacher, there were no chairs. There was no blackboard. The blackboard was the door of that house. So they will write on the door of that house, and if it rained or if it snowed, school was off. And yet I saw teachers traveling for 20 kilometers, 30 kilometers on foot and giving education. I think every child wants to get educated, but unfortunately the circumstances they are in, the poverty that they go through beyond 6th or 7th standard, then they think that let me just now contribute in the household. The girl education is so important. The education given to girls, the children, the destitute children, also the education gives you dignity. It gives you dignity to deal with life. If nothing else, you also learn how to deal with life, and also it stops crime, it stops use of drugs, etc., because you discover that you have the ability to understand that there is much more in education than just meets the eye. And I feel very fortunate that as a student of life, I have learned so much, because I am interested in people. I'm a people-oriented person. I get very pleasantly happy that I come for the book launch. It's not because I feel important. I think it's something I need to lend my name to. Recently I released my friend Ali Peter John's book, and I was very happy there. I don't do modeling for suits. I don't do modeling for drinks or cigarettes or tobacco. I don't do modeling even for Pan Parag. But I do lend my name and my picture to all such noble causes. And I'm very happy to be part of this evening. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, sir. It's in fact beautiful to hear about how School of Life has inspired you. In fact, I've had the opportunity to also interact with so many students who come from Actor Prepares, and it's fabulous to see how you have translated your passion to all of them. So thank you once again, sir. Thank you very much. Well, ladies and gentlemen, it is the moment that we've all been waiting for, and I invite our esteemed dignitaries to please come together for the launch of the book, EduNation, the Dream of an India Empowered. So let's have a huge round of applause, everyone, as we unveil to you an unprecedented piece of work titled EduNation, the Dream of an India Empowered. beautiful personal memory there for sir, indeed. Thank you very much. And on that note, we also now set the stage for an enlightening conversation between the two pioneering educators who, in their own enterprising way, have made a difference to the lives of the students across different spheres of the education. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time to indulge in a dialogue, and I now request Mr. Kher to please take it forward from here.
Okay. Good evening, Dr. Pillai. How educated are you?
I have my SSLC from Kerala, my BA from Bombay, Somaiya College, my MA from Somaiya College, and also a PhD in literature. I also have a degree in B.Ed, Bachelor of Education, and also a degree in law.
Were you good at studies? My God. This is,
I was always...
if he has to make a visiting card, it has to be a book.
I was always... in SSLC, I had about 68%. Then I had between 50 and 55, 60% throughout.
55%. What gave you this idea of educating children and educating? Where did it start?
It happened by an accident that there was a school for sale, and along with my brother, we took over that school and started classes up to 5th standard. Those were the years in 1970, government stopped English medium schools. All over the country, they stopped aiding any English medium schools. So we started with 5th standard in 1970. Then,
what kind of accident was that, in the sense that why did you decide to choose a school to buy or to help?
See, I was a lecturer in Somaiya College up to 1970. Then, I was teaching technical English, and it was an aided college, and we had to sit there for 8 hours without work. So I resigned that and started the school. That's how it was.
How many students did you start with?
I had initially about 30 or 40, then it went to 400, and we reached up to 9th standard. Then we realized that we need permission in 1975.
Oh.
So
Permission for
all
what?
the schools started between 70 and 75 was without recognition. Because the government did not know that unaided schools were there or are going to be there.
And how many students do you have now?
Now I have about 30,000 students.
So 30 to 30,000. I always say that kuch bhi ho sakta hai. From 30 students to 30,000 students. What is your primary reason? What do you think then when you teach? What is it that in your mind that you are actually wanting to do?
See, I always created very successful students. All my students in all my schools, nobody fails, even in 10th standard or 12th standard. Of course, in engineering and architecture and all professional courses, there are some percentage of people dropping out at various stages. But my school education is perfect everywhere. All the schools have 7% result. In fact, in some of my schools, I have a junior college and a high school in Kanda Colony, New Penvale, where out of the 1,000 students appearing for junior college examination, almost everybody passes with 60% and above. Hardly about 10% to 15% are between 50 and 60.
Are you a strict person as a...
No. We see, what we did was, we were invited to start schools in New Bombay. So, when I went there, we found huge playgrounds in those years, big schools they constructed and gave us. And then we created a lot of activities in the school. So, we kept the students occupied throughout activities and learning process, sports, games, cultural activities. And therefore, children started coming to school. In fact, in a Marathi medium school, I started a swimming pool also in the 90s. In a Marathi medium school, aided school, there is a swimming pool. And the students' parents pay about 150 rupees or something like that for that, annually. And that's how we made the...
Sound check.
Hi. Hello.
Okay. I believe you're not getting this humming.